students, alumni, parents, leaders, boot campers. I am doing a late video to talk about our June challenge. Our June challenge was work out and wake up, and that was because at the end of May there were some racial incidences that prompted me to want to do something a little different. Not that there hasn't been an issue for a very long time in our world and in our country specifically, but consciousness was waking up and people were starting to talk in different ways about the issues of systemic racism in our country and how they affect each and every part of our systems in our world. But then we also are still in the middle of a pandemic, and we are also in quarantine, and so we continue to do our workout challenges. This month, in June, we challenged you to do working out a couple different ways, and also to read a book or watch some movies and read some articles about how we can better understand the world and better understand how people who look and feel and live differently than us experience the world. And about 60 to 70 of you joined us to do the reading and the working out, and maybe you still have a few more chapters of reading to do. I know many of the books were back ordered and have just recently come in the last few days. So all of that to say, here are our final totals and the report from your June challenge. The challenge was to do 5,000 miles, burpees, squats, lunges, push-ups, and crunches. And as the month went on, I realized how, particularly if you do boot camp, how laborious it is to count how many we're doing because every workout is so different. And so I'm not sure that everybody logged everything, but a lot of you were moving, and we had done miles and workout challenges for months now in trying circumstances. And so I'm just glad that people participated, and honestly, I'm mostly glad that people were willing to read a book out of their comfort zone. Our miles did not get to 5,000, but everything else blew it out of the water. And my pride and my joy for your accomplishments is the same as had you gotten to 5,000 miles. We have walked and run a ridiculous amount of miles in the last 3 months of quarantine, and a lot of commitment from so many of you to keep moving in the midst of circumstances that are challenging. So for the month of June, you all logged 3,920 miles. Nice work. You did 7,150 burpees. Those were rough. I'm impressed. You did 15,175 squats. You did 7,275 push-ups, and you did 17,375 crunches. All of those way above 5,000, which was the goal. And I'm pretty sure there are so many others who didn't log them, but did so many of them also. I have said 1,000 times, but our physical, spiritual, and emotional health is so intertwined. And when we are particularly in a situation of high stress and worry and something that just consumes our mind and keeps us also very isolated from community, it is so good to talk, learn, grow, and also move. And so in whatever way you moved this month, I am proud of you, and I'm thankful that you joined us in part of this challenge. It is July 10th, and we are going to give everyone about another week to read their book, but I would love to join with you on Zoom in about a week and a half with some Zoom dates that I'll send out that you guys can pick what's best for you and really talk about race and be really uncomfortable. People are going to say things that offend you. People are going to say things that you totally agree with. People will share things that they learned and read that you had no idea about. But there is no way to change and grow unless you make yourself uncomfortable, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And this is one of those ways. And it is urgent and important to understand how people with different skin tones and different identities and backgrounds experience our world different than our own experience. So maybe you read this, or 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 one of the many other books these last few weeks. And pretty soon we will be meeting together on Zoom to just discuss what broke our heart what spurred us to action, what made us uncomfortable, and maybe what we don't think is true, and just chat together. We are not doing a July challenge, but that does not mean there won't be one in August. I feel like this is going to be a long haul, the pandemic, and there will be a lot of time for other challenges. So in July, it doesn't mean you shouldn't move. It doesn't mean you shouldn't eat well. It doesn't mean you shouldn't take care of your mental, spiritual, emotional, physical health. It just means we're not going to log it on some kind of log. But come August, I think there'll be another kind of challenge. Anyway, as I always say, I'm grateful for each of you and the ways you connect to this community and your commitment. And I will sing you the Mr. Rogers song to close. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I hope that you are proud of you too. Bye.